Dorit Kemsley accuses Kyle Richards of flushing 8 years of friendship down the toilet in explosive Rob preview. When Kyle Richards indicated earlier this year that she and Dorit Kemsley were never as close as people believed, viewers were stunned. On The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, they've been joined at the hip for most of their time on screen, making everyone think they have a genuine friendship. It turns out Dorit thought they were as close as the editing led viewers to believe and is ready to blast Kyle for her hurtful comments on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 14 Episode 2, airing next week. Thankfully, the episode picks up with the aftermath of the two former friends' big bust-up in the premiere. Dorit yells at Kyle that their history counts in these situations and that she struggled when the Rob OG claimed she exaggerated their friendship. "We have so many memories, so many intimate moments," Dorit said in a confessional. "It felt like she took 8 years of a deep sisterly friendship and flushed it down the toilet." It's quite the analogy, but it does seem like that's what Kyle did to Dorit because we don't know the details of what happened between them off camera. Kyle and Dorit seemed like great friends for years. That's the double-edged sword of watching friendships on these shows because it's always tricky to tell if certain aspects of relationships have been amped up to craft a coherent storyline. When we return to their argument at Sutton's event, Kyle said that she's had the hardest 2 years of her life and asks her friend for a little f*** King Grace. But Dorit is done playing games and says, Grace time is over, because they no longer have a friendship. Indeed, Kyle has had a rough couple of years amid her separation from Mauricio Umansky and the continued questions about her alleged relationship with country music singer Morgan Wade. Dorit returned to her confessional to say that she's no longer keeping her mouth shut about their friendship woes before sharing that she doesn't give a f***k. It's refreshing to see this activated Dorit because, for far too long, she and Kyle acted like they were best friends. Dorit is delivering some excellent scenes this season. There were pre-season questions about whether Dorit would secure a full-time contract, but it's clear that she's ready to put on a show this season. Viewers are already enjoying the change in dynamic, but it's still very early on. We'll have to wait to see where the season settles and if it continues delivering great drama. The preview opens on a panoramic shot of Beverly Hills under a blazing sunset. The camera zooms in on Dorit Kemsley's immaculate mansion, its pristine white facade almost glowing in the fading daylight. Inside, the tension is palpable. Dorit, clad in a sleek black jumpsuit adorned with sparkles that catch the light just right, sits perched on the edge of a velvet couch. Her face is a perfect storm, controlled fury beneath layers of expertly applied makeup. Across from her, Kyle Richards lounges with an air of casual defiance, her arms crossed and eyes narrowed. Her signature long hair is pulled into a high ponytail, giving her a youthful yet intimidating look. The two women sit at opposite ends of the couch, separated by a coffee table that might as well be a battleground. "This isn't just about you and me, Kyle," Dorit starts, her British accent more pronounced than usual, a sign of her rising anger. "This is about the principle of loyalty. 8 years. 8 years of friendship, of sharing our lives, our families, our deepest secrets, and you've gone and flushed it all down the bloody toilet." A sharp, disbelieving laugh that makes Dorit's perfectly arched eyebrows shoot up. "Oh, please, Dorit. Don't act like you've been some saint in all of this. You've had plenty to say about me behind my back, haven't you?" Dorit's eyes narrow, the glint of betrayal visible even through her thick lashes. "Behind your back? Kyle, are you serious right now? I have defended you when no one else would. I stood by you during the whole thing with Lisa Vanderpump, remember that? And this is how you repay me." The camera cuts to a dramatic flashback montage, Dorit and Kyle laughing at a poolside lunch, clinking glasses of rose, Dorit consoling Kyle after a teary confession about her family struggles, the two of them plotting pranks on Erica during a girls' trip. The montage fades back to the present, where Dorit's voice trembles with emotion. "I trusted you, Kyle. I thought you were my friend. But now, I see how little that meant to you. Kyle uncrosses her arms and leans forward, her expression softening, if only slightly. Dorit, I've never said you weren't my friend. But you need to understand, I'm going through a lot right now. Mauricio and I, her voice catches, and for a moment, it seems like she might cry. We're not in a good place. I don't have the energy to deal with everyone else's drama on top of my own. Dorit doesn't flinch. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. You've been so consumed with your own life that you've shut out everyone who cares about you. You didn't even tell me about the separation, Kyle. I had to hear it from Erica, of all people. Do you know how humiliating that was? The mention of Erica's name sparks a flicker of anger in Kyle's eyes. Oh, so now Erica is the villain in this too. Typical Dorit, always looking for someone to blame. Don't twist my words, Dorit snaps. This isn't about Erica. This is about you and your complete disregard for the people who've been there for you. You're shutting me out, Kyle, and I won't stand for it. Kyle throws her hands up. I'm not shutting you out. I just need space. Is that so hard to understand? Yes, it is. Dorit fires back, her voice rising. Because when you're my friend, Kyle, you don't get to pick and choose when to show up. Friendship isn't about convenience, it's about commitment. And right now, you're failing at it. The room falls silent for a moment, the weight of Dorit's words hanging heavy in the air. Kyle looks down at her hands, her expression unreadable. The camera zooms in on her face, capturing the faintest glimmer of tears in her eyes. I didn't mean to hurt you, Dorit, she says quietly. But maybe I'm not the friend you think I am. Maybe I can't be that person for you right now. Dorit's jaw tightens, her composure slipping for the first time. Do you even hear yourself? You're not the friend I think you are. What does that even mean, Kyle? Are you saying our friendship doesn't matter to you? Kyle looks up, her eyes locking with Dorit's. I'm saying I'm not perfect, Dorit. And maybe you need to accept that. The tension in the room is electric. For a moment, it seems like Dorit might stand up and walk out. But instead, she takes a deep breath, her hands gripping the edge of the couch. I don't expect you to be perfect, Kyle, she says, her voice steadier now. I expect you to be honest. And if you can't do that, if you can't even acknowledge the damage you've done, then maybe you're right. Maybe this friendship isn't worth saving. The words hang in the air like a challenge. Kyle opens her mouth to respond, but before she can, the doorbell rings.